One more question. Do you think they'll top all charts in Korea? I'm serious. Fucking shut it.
Welcome to YouTube's favorite K-pop show, DK News.
Danny,
David,
lots and lots of
hot ass tea on a special club called the 독도 술잔.
First off, Changmo calls short people losers, triggering 80% of Korean men.
Why is it 80%? And next we have malicious comments resulting in 2 unfortunate deaths of public figures.
And last but not least, BIGBANG is back. I said that they would
You
not.
said that they would not be back.
I didn't at least bet on my. Did I bet on my ball? And if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell down below, because every single week we put out an episode of DK News on this channel, serving you the hottest tea and news in the world of K-pop. And be sure to check out nakedsoul.kr, a specialty store that is made by us, selling high quality Korean goods from authentic local Korean brands. You can get some really cool products here, like this super fancy soju glass to take your soju shots in. It has an imprint of the Korean island Dokdo. The first 10 to use the code down below will get a 10% off discount. Go to nakedsoul.kr for real Korean products you won't find on Amazon.
Now on to the first news.
I'm pissed. I need some soju actually, because Changmo called short people losers and it triggered many people.
Okay.
Including me. On February 7th, Changmo randomly posted a story on his Instagram that immediately got all short men angry in Korea for apparently no reason whatsoever. In a series of stories, he stated,
characteristics of losers: they are under 180 centimeters tall and don't make money. Men and women should stop fighting each other. Stop comparing yourselves to others and just live in peace. I'm going off to sell this.
Now, Korea's average height for adult men sits at about 174 centimeters.
Okay.
So you can bet this did not sit well with most Korean men. I'm one of them. How tall are you?
180.
You make a lot of money?
I guess.
Okay, you're not a loser then. His post went viral on
Wait, why
online-
are we using his standards to qualify
Hey,
who's...
his post went viral on online communities, and it seemed like men were quite triggered. On FM Korea, there were comments such as,
It's funny how he can't mention being ugly. Did he lose his GF to someone who is poor and short?
haha.
I'm definitely not triggered.
As someone under 180 centimeters myself, I hate to say that I really hate this comment.
Really? Oh.
I'm triggered.
Stop hating on short people, okay? There's fat phobia in Korea.
Being fat, at least like you can eat less. You can't be taller.
Well, you can drink a lot of milk while you're...
Well, I'm too late for that. It's worse than fat phobia. I'm very triggered.
Okay.
I hate you.
What? What did I...
You're in a position of privilege.
What?
You need to speak up.
I think Changmo was triggered by, like,
Incels?
AKA some incels that were, like,
That were
harassing
short?
women. And then...
Well, you don't have to call all short
and then
people
he was like,
incels. Come
I
on.
know. And then he was trying to give them a
Wow.
taste of their own stuff.
Wow.
And then
First of all, Kendrick Lamar would be triggered. Lil Wayne, he used to be poor,
Okay,
and he's
whatever.
definitely
Yeah,
short.
Actually, the 180 centimeter conflict is not new. It's like an old thing that happened way before in Korea
Yes.
down the line. And this one Korean girl was on a TV show and she said,
All Korean boys are losers that are under 180 centimeters.
And then she got so much hate, she left the country.
Yeah.
This was 10 years ago. It kind of bred the first wave of incels in
Yeah.
Korea. She
no,
kind of
let's not say incels, okay? Like, let's just say triggered people with fragile masculinity.
Yes,
Yeah.
very fragile.
180 centimeters, 180.
Okay,
180.
on to the next news. Malicious comments result in 2 unfortunate deaths in
Oh.
Korea. Content warning, this includes news of suicide. Some shocking news occurred this week in Korea as news of 2 public figures taking their own lives after suffering from malicious comments broke out back to back. On February 4th, pro volleyball player Kim In-hyuk was found dead in his home by the police. The police found no suspicions of foul play on his body and found a note written before his death, and they concluded it to be suicide. Netizens had been calling the volleyball player gay for the way he looked and claimed that he was wearing makeup, and they also criticized him for wearing makeup. However, Kim In-hyuk denied all claims and even stated that he had a girlfriend, that he was not gay. But the comments did not stop, and eventually it got to him. Kim Min-hyuk had been very vocal about his suffering from these malicious comments. Just last August, he posted on his Instagram, "I thought ignoring the rumors and comments was the best option for the past 10 years. Please stop the malicious comments. I can't take it any longer. Please stop now." He posted this actually after a friend, a female volleyball player named Go Yu-min, took her own life due to the malicious comments. Now, comedian Hong Seok-cheon, who is a friend of Kim Min-hyuk, made posts after the news of his death. "We say Korea is a developed country now, but where are we in terms of discrimination and human rights? People have shown their violence driving someone to their death just because they are different, and it is still happening in 2022. To his surprise, some netizens found a way to even make a problem of this Hong Seok-cheon's post, stating that he, as a gay man, was actually outing Kim Min-hyuk after his death because he said he's a little bit different. Hong Seok-cheon fired back. He stated, "I'm not saying he's a gay man. I was just saying he had a different way of expressing himself, and that caused a lot of hate on him. I've endured 22 years of hate comments after coming out, but I must say, you hate commenters are murderers. I won't let it slide anymore. One day those hate comments will end up stabbing you. You are murderers."
Yeah, well said.
Yeah,
I
very
agree
well said.
fully.
Exactly.
And it doesn't even matter if you're like gay or
I mean, like, first of all, why does that matter?
Exactly.
Why is that any of your business?
Yeah.
Who cares?
It's hilarious that someone has to come out and like explain himself that he's not gay and like, that he has a girlfriend or something.
Unfortunately, this was not the end of bad news, as on February 5th, the very next day, Twitch streamer Changmo's death was announced to the public as well. Her uncle wrote a post on her community page stating the cause of death as suicide from severe depression, which rooted from malicious comments. Changmo had been receiving allegations of being a man-hater since 2019 after she used words commonly derived from radical feminist communities. She also made the finger gesture, which some interpreted as belittling the size of Korean men's penises.
That again.
This incident became viral on online communities, and despite Changmo apologizing and clarifying that she was actually against the feminism movement, many male KNETZ continued to bombard her with malicious comments. Now, it got to a point where Changmo's mother committed suicide in the May of 2019, and Changmo herself went into hiatus for a couple of months. Despite such terrible events, the netizens did not stop bombarding her with hate comments regarding her being a radical feminist, and she had to take multiple hiatuses since then due to depression. Eventually, she stopped going live after late January of this year, but no one had really predicted that suicide would be the reason. Now, a petition has popped up on the Blue House website calling for the punishment of netizens in online communities such as FM Korea and DC Inside that have posted these malicious comments leading to her death. Petition has gathered about 70,000 signatures as of now. Some news media outlets are trying to push for using real names on the internet, having to be verified of your identification, and it's come up whenever these hate comment issues arise. I personally feel like the way we think, I think, is the number one thing
Like that's going to be fixed.
These two cases, fundamentally, they're an issue of people's perception with individuality. Essentially, what it comes down to is people not being able to accept different ideas and different thoughts.
Like that's going to change though. Like I thought I was the naive one on DKDK. I feel like a very good solution would be setting examples. You need to set really high sentences and really high punishments towards these commenters so that people get afraid, people get scared of making malicious comments, because fundamentally people aren't going to change how they think, because like human beings have been like that for like centuries, not even centuries, like for all time being. The common perception should change again towards commenters being murderers, as Hong Seok-cheon said.
That would be a very slippery slope on its own. First of all, how do you prove that a specific comment made somebody die? I would assume it's a collection of comments.
Yeah. You just set the standards very high. You just set the punishment very high for just like even, defaming. Yeah, if you say something that's false about someone, if you make false accusations, if you hate on someone, if you say bad words on the internet, I feel like there should be very high standards and punishment rules against that. If you're specifying a certain person, if you're targeting a person.
I don't think more severe punishment is the answer. I would say, in fact, Korea...
I'm no expert, but
Korea has actually pretty severe defamation laws compared to most other countries. You can say something about somebody and it turns out to be a fact, but they can still sue you and you can still have to pay a fine. So I don't think the problem is that there's no law. I think the more severe issue is that people are thinking in a way that somebody has to be a certain way, and if they do not meet their expectation, they can't accept it.
Before we go on to the next news, of course, rest in peace for the victims, and I hope that nothing like this reoccurs in the future.
So stop writing hate comments to us too. I think you should be aware that there's people behind the screen that you're looking at. On to the next news.
Big Bang is finally back. And it's official. Big Bang is making a comeback, and quote their lyrics, "This isn't the last time. We'll see you again when the flowers bloom." Just like the lyrics of their last song, Flower Road, Big Bang is coming back in spring. And it's official. It's as if they kept their promise after all, Flower Road says, although the road was quite long with a lot of bumps here and there.
It was a very, very long road.
It was a very thorny road, so I guess it was
road.
Anyways, YG Entertainment said Big Bang will release a new song this spring, and they also said that they have finished recording a new song and are currently preparing to shoot a music video as well.
Finally.
It's not just a single. They have a freaking music video. It's real.
It is still a single though.
But still, it's real. Big Bang's new song is the first in 4 years since the release of the single Flower Road.
We did a reaction.
Yeah.
We were a reaction channel back then.
That was March 2018.
Wow.
And 2022 March.
I remember when we did the reaction.
Yeah.
It was like we were in some random office.
Right.
We didn't even have our own office. Wow.
Yeah, we were sneaking into offices and stuff.
Other people's office.
Another noticeable fact was that T.O.P's contract with YG was terminated with Big Bang's comeback this time, and he decided to continue his activities as an individual or as a member of the team. YG said, "We respect T.O.P's opinion that he wants to expand his personal activities as well as Big Bang's, and we discussed it well with the members. T.O.P will join Big Bang's activities whenever the circumstances allow." They stated that there was nothing wrong with Big Bang's comeback activities regarding T.O.P or the other members. Korea's reactions are mixed, as the general public seems to be focused a little bit too much on the group's tarnished image, while the fans and comments on social media seem to be very excited, saying stuff like "the Kings are back, time to go to the norebangs again." That's basically it. It's a very exciting news that we have all been waiting for the past 4 years.
Yes.
What do you think the comeback concept is going to be like?
I want it to be like a party concept.
Yeah.
Hello, bitches.
Seriously?
That would be like a very Big Bang way to do it.
Is that what you want, or is that what you expect?
That's also kind of what I expect, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I don't expect a somber tone because this is their first thing in their 4 years.
Really?
What do you think?
Okay,
Like,
you want to make a bet then? I'm totally on the opposite side, as usual, DKDKTV as it is. I am going to full on all in my bet on like a Bad Boy, Blue, and Flower Road kind of concept where they are like remorsing and they're like looking back in retrospect. Oh, we're already here. We've had a taste of all the fame, and sorrow and all the obstacles, but we're still here. We're going. Nevertheless, we're going on. And thank you to our fans, VIPs. We love you. It's gonna be that kind of tone. I can't see any other angle. Like, I don't know how you were seeing it in that angle.
Because that will be the most Big Bang thing to do.
The context here does not allow that. Like,
he's like, "I'm back. It's me, motherfuckers."
Okay, I really wish it was like that too, but I feel like that's not gonna fly.
What if it's like ice cream? To be honest, this is like probably gonna be the most anticipated K-pop release of our entire maybe YouTube careers. I would say we should do a reaction.
Yeah,
I think
we
this
will do a reaction.
This video will be worth of a reaction.
Of course. What do you think T.O.P will do after this comeback?
To be honest, I don't think T.O.P's main interest are music.
Me too.
Yeah, I think he's more interested in art.
Yes.
He's an art guy.
Yeah.
He collects a lot of art. We've seen like lots of situations where one member or a few members go out of the group and they're in a separate company.
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult to navigate around that kind of situation. I'm sure like them as a group are very tight. They're family.
Yeah.
And T.O.P even posted like a few weeks ago, "I love my band."
Yeah.
So I'm sure their relationship is really tight. But I don't think like T.O.P's number one focus will be on Big Bang. In fact, I don't think any of their focus main focus will be on Big Bang.
Yeah, I agree on that. I have pretty much a similar opinion. I feel like even if t.o.p has interest in the band, like realistically, logistically, and also legally, it's going to be very hard to match their activities and performances and revenue shares and all the concerts and all that kind of stuff if you're on a different note.
But I really hope that they make a full-length album.
Me too.
One more question. Do you think they'll top all charts in Korea?
That's a very relative question too, because it
Depends on who comes out.
the competitors.
Yeah.
Like, sorry to say this, but if there's like Blackpink or BTS on the competitor
I would
side,
still say they can top that.
maybe.
They're
Yeah.
big
I'm
bands.
not saying they're not going to top, but like it's going to be very hard.
It is gonna be hard, but then they're also Big Bang, and this is their first song in 4 years.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking for it.
At least for a week, they're gonna top the charts.
Yeah.
At least. I just wish they plan this comeback really well, neatly, so that they don't collide with any like big fish. If they come back, I want them to get the full attention and spotlight that they deserve.
I'm very excited. We'll do a reaction. I think this deserves a ball cutting. You know, I can cut off my balls for this.
For what?
Because I said I would cut off my balls if I do another reaction. Cut off my balls if I do another reaction.
You've already cut off your butt.
Please join our after show. The time is here below. Go to patreon.com/DKDKTV for other content like watch parties of
The zombie thriller, K-zombie series, All of Us Are Dead. It happens in school.
okay.
And yeah, you can see students eating each other.
Oh, and bullying each other.
Yeah, me being like,
Frustrated.
yeah, and
from the
shitting my
bullying.
pants.
We also have Singles Inferno. Hot men and women go on an island and they try to mate,
Don't have sex.
but don't have sex and don't touch each other. It's
Very
kinda-
very new concept, right?
It's actually very frustrating. It's very sexually frustrating.
But that's not the
watching.
point. It's still entertaining.
Oh, okay, yeah. But I'm just saying it's
It
very sexually
proves that too hot is not the only model.
Yes,
Or-
it's the opposite of too
Yeah.
hot. But you still have hot people.
Yeah.
Tell me